These are the scores of my CELPIP student who recently achieved a 10 across the board, and a 10 is what you need for your Canadian immigration, which right now is really tightening. So right now I'm advising everybody to get their English proficiency marks done, submit your profiles, PNP, Express Entry, wherever, because a 10 like this is what you need. Now how you can get this, check out our course in the description. Comes with AI feedback, teacher feedback, mock tests, recorded lectures, and a lot more features. All of that is in the description for the lowest price that you'll ever find right now on a discount. But before you look into that, I want you to pay attention to my video today. Listening is the easiest module. So I got a listening for you. We'll play that. But what you see on the screen is something that will give you nightmares. These are my notes, and the spellings, the writing, please don't mind that, because this was done in a rushed manner. Why? Because the listening we're going to play is really fast. Now, in the real exam, you don't expect something this bad. You might get really hard listening tests, but this is one of the worst ones you will see. So let's try to play this sample listening test and see how you should take notes. I'm going to give you some advice when I'm playing the audio. I'm going to do this by pausing the audio at different times and showing you exactly how to take notes at those points, what your thought process should be, and you want to really stick until the end of this video, because you'll be surprised with me being someone who has been doing this for 15 years. Even in this listening, I was missing some things. It's that bad. So we'll see how to overcome those challenges and what is the combination of taking down notes and keeping things in your head, because you won't be able to write everything. So how do you manage that? Let's tackle that with this listening. Let's get started. Here is the audio.
In an ambitious endeavor to address the escalating challenges of climate.
Now, this part, by the way, I know it's really fast, so it's one of the worst ones you will see. But this part, the start, there's nothing specific here. This first phrase is general, so I did not take notes on that. But right now, they're going to say something important, and that is the theme of the audio.
Climate change and urbanization.
Climate change and urbanization. So since that was the important part, I wrote something here, which you'll see, climate and urban. I couldn't write climate change, urbanization, couldn't write the full forms, so just write what you can. And just stuff like putting a slash tells me that these are related. This was said in the same sentence. Cool, okay, let's keep going.
Dr. Emily Santos, a distinguished environmental scientist, has introduced an innovative initiative named Ecosymbiosis in Urban Landscapes.
Okay, so names are very important because they always talk about, especially in these parts, last parts, they talk about people. And Dr. Emily, I got to write down her name. Santos I don't need it unless there is another person with a similar name. So Dr. Emily, and again, just short form D, and then she is an ecology scientist, whatever they mentioned, and she's working on ecosymbiosis. So I'm putting these arrows to show the flow of the conversation. And this is, again, short forms of everything. Can't really write everything because it's too fast. All right, let's keep going.
This initiative is a pioneering effort aimed at integrating advanced ecological principles into urban planning to transform urban environments into sustainable, green, and biodiverse habitats.
Okay, so see how fast that is? So basically, it's an effort to bring something about ecology, that's what I need to understand, mix it with urban planning, like it was incorporating that, I think that's the word they used, incorporating or mixing it. So I just put a plus sign to remind myself that that's the aim. And the result is it's going to help with greenery. Now, this to me is a tree. This symbolizes a tree for me. For you, a tree might mean something else, and you can draw whatever it means to you. But by making or drawing these symbols, you're able to say many things in a few words. And that's what I'm trying to do here, trying to summarize, because I can't write everything. I can't write greenery, gardens, and everything they were saying, because as I'm doing this, that guy's already on his next sentence. So just draw something that is fast and will help you recall what was being said.
The project's pilot phase is set to be launched in the metropolitan area of Vancouver, an urban landscape known for its diverse ecology and progressive environmental policies.
Okay, so a lot of things said, right? there's a pilot program being launched in Vancouver. VAN is enough. It's aimed at urban stuff, something related to urban. And this place is very progressive. So some plus signs there for me to symbolize what progressive would be. And it's good for the environment too. So there's good environment there. So a tick mark next to that. So that whole sentence, I can define that with a few words and a few symbols instead of writing the whole thing down.
The initiative encompasses several key components: the creation of extensive urban green zones, the implementation of vertical gardens on sky.
So look, green zones, just make that green thing again, zones. Vertical gardens, vertical, I put the vertical box. Instead of writing vertical, if you just draw a rectangle quickly, it's fast. And then renewable energy is the next thing they're going to say, so just R energy, just something fast.
Integration of renewable energy sources into the city's infrastructure, the introduction of community-led urban farms, and the application of bioengineering techniques to mitigate pollution.
Okay, and then there was a mention of community farms and then mitigating pollution. So pollution, just put a cross on it. So it's like you're mitigating it. Just it gives you an idea of what's about to happen. Now, follow along because something interesting is going to happen in my notes and I'll explain when that happens. By the way, so far, you've seen how I am segmenting information. So as this conversation started, it talked about the main topic, then Dr. Emily, then the pilot, then there was a different discussion about zones, and now communities. Every time I'm putting it in a separate part of the page, so it shows me the sequence of how the topics were flowing and what topic changed after one topic was finished. So I'll just sequence it, organize the information nicely.
The eligibility for local communities to participate in this initiative is determined by various factors. These include the environmental impact of the area, community interest in sustainability, demographic diversity, and the feasibility of implementing eco-friendly practices.
Okay, so communities can participate. How they're eligible by it is going to be determined by their ecological or environmental impact, their interest in it, and the diversity. And then there was something about feasibility, right? But I missed it. You can see in my notes, I was not able to write it. But I know it's part of the eligibility of communities. It is something about feasibility, and that's the only thing I could recall. That's the only thing I could remember. And that's okay. I have to commit that to memory, because when I want to write this, I can't. They're already at this topic, the next sentence. So I moved on and kept that info in my head. So remember, that's normal. You can't write everything. Use a mixture of memory and notes. Let's keep going.
The overarching goals of the initiative are to enhance the quality of urban life, reduce carbon footprints, promote biodiversity, and foster a symbiotic relationship between urban development and the natural environment.
Okay, so how did I define that? Well, urban, they want to make it better. Carbon dioxide, they want to make it lesser. And they want to foster a relationship between urban, the urban environment, and the environment itself. So UR for urban and environment itself, just a tick mark there to help me remember what was said. Okay, now at this point, I'm still feeling good, but the next part is where I made a mistake. And let's see what we could do about this. Let's see.
Dr. Santos' vision extends beyond environmental benefits. She believes that eco-symbiosis can revolutionize urban living, making cities not only more sustainable but also more livable and socially cohesive.
Okay, so this part, ecological stuff, can revolutionize the urban environment. And then at this point, I stopped. I could not write that. That was so fast. And after that, they go to the next sentence. And that was about greenery, air, and so on. We're not going to play that because you get the idea. But these were my notes. And you can see at places when it's fast or when you're writing something earlier and they are already on the next part, there is always that part in the middle that has information that you cannot write. If you write it, you're going to miss the next part. So what do? You have to pick your poison. The best thing again to do here is to commit that missed part to memory. Remember those things such as something here, which is the result of, well, if the ecology is going to get better, it's going to revolutionize what? The urban area, the environment, it's going to make it all better. That's more of a general thing, right? So I can commit that to my head. That's not too specific. Something specific would be a process, a name. Those things I would not remember. I'll take notes. Other things that I can remember, put them in my head. But you saw, for me, someone who's been doing CELPIP for 15 years, it was hard. If you're a student and you just started learning in a week, don't stress yourself if you cannot take notes on every single thing. It's sometimes impossible, okay? But what is possible is to multitask. Take notes and commit other stuff to memory that you can't write down. Finally, what I'm going to tell you is, despite all of this, this one was one of the hardest listenings you will ever see. Luckily, the other tests and the official exams can be easier. Can be hard too, but can be easy as well. Hence, if you simply remember the rules of note-taking that I taught you here, symbols, sequence, short forms, plus signs, tick signs, cross signs, whatever helps you remember and symbolize meanings, use them to your advantage. It helps a lot in summarizing the information. And again, the key is not to write the whole sentence, but just a summary to help you remember what was said. With this, you will have no issues with listening and you will hopefully ace the test. The listening module is the easiest component among all 4 modules, so you should not be struggling, especially after these tips. If you are still struggling, comment down below, let me know your struggles and I'll help you myself, or email us. Our email is in the description if you want CELPIP coaching and classes. I'll talk to you soon. Please like, subscribe, and share. I do really appreciate your support. Take care.